Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're going to look into how to add actions to your sports automation workflow. Welcome back, Brian Aver with Photo Day Zombies, and today we're going to be taking our sports photo automation one step further. We've talked about the basic way to use it, we've introduced the CSV for adding text layers, and now we're going to look at how actions can help improve our finished products. So, first thing we did last time, what differentiated our second demo with the first demo is the introduction of layers. But as we introduced layers for text, we also introduced the CSV. In these first few columns, we've already seen before. We did these in the last demo when we introduced changing the text layers. So we are bringing all those back because we do still want them to change as we go through the automation. But this time, we've introduced some new columns. So the append file name does exactly what it says. When it's finished doing all the edits, before it saves it off, it's going to look here and say, okay, am I appending anything? Yes, it wants to append _45T. So my final image that is saved will be DSC 6143 because I want to retain the original image name, and then it'll be _45T. So what that tells me, using the naming convention that I stick with, is it's a 4:5 ratioed image, right? So 4 wide, 5 tall. That's a portrait style. And T means it has text on it. So it's going to have the player's first name, last name, league name, year, all that stuff. So everything's on there. If I did 4:5 NT, then it would be no text. That means it's just a individual player on the background with no verbiage. So these are the meat of what we're going over today. So we have a pre-action and then 5 post-actions. Now you can have up to 3 pre-actions. A pre-action takes place before it comes on to the final template, and pre-actions are applied to the individual image. So in the automation process, it will load the template, and then in a separate window, it will load your individual image. So it's going to load up DSC6143.png. Before it puts that PNG onto my template, it's going to look for pre-actions. And why would you want to run anything on your individual player? Well, 1 or 2 basic pre-actions you can do are adding saturation. Okay, let's say you want to just make the image, the colors just pop a little bit more. So you can run slightly over saturation or vibrance. Another is you could actually increase the contrasty, or you make it a little more punchy, right? More contrasty, more punchy. Bring your blacks down, bring your lights up. However you want to do it. But these are all actions that you can do on your individual image before you bring them over into your final template. Your post actions are what takes place after everything has been done. So after the image has been placed on there, after all of the text has been rendered, after logos have been put there, after if you're doing memory mates, after your memory made image is put there, then it's going to look for post actions. Post actions, once completed, the image will be done, it'll save it off. So let's look at how this is built. So you have, in this case, orbit pipe 4:5 purple. It is your set name followed by a pipe, which is the character right above your enter key on both Windows and Mac. And then it's your action name. So if I go over here and I look at actions, so it's up here, it looks like a little play button. Okay, if it's not there, you click on Window and go to Actions, and it'll pop up. So this is my set. Your sets are your folder names essentially, okay? And so what's going to happen is when it goes into the CSV and it looks in that post to say, okay, I need to find the set named orbit. And it's going to go down and finds orbit. Okay, I found the orbit. Now what action am I looking for? It's looking for 4 or 5 purple. So it's going to go down until it finds 4 or 5 purple. Okay, and just so you can see what these look like, I'm going to show you. So it's loading up our template right now. So when I have 4 or 5 purple and it runs it, what it's going to do is it's actually going to change everything on here that I want to change to purple. Now, an action is a predefined set of routines that it's going to run, and you set this. Okay, I'll do another template on how to create actions for something like this. But right now, you just kind of need to know that's what they are, and that's what we're doing. So also, if I wanted to run 4 or 5 yellow, all I got to do is hit play. It's going to change everything. If I want to do a light blue, all I got to do is hit play. Then it's going to change everything. So this way, I don't have to go and click on each layer, update the color, click on these background properties, change the color. I don't have to do any of that. Actions let me automate it. And Pixnub, in the sports automation process, allows us to utilize those powerful tools within our automation. So we've gone over the actions, we've gone over the CSV, and we've gone over the template. So let's go ahead and kick off our automation. I did run it before, so ignore what you saw there, because we're about to see it all again anyway. So over here, okay, so over here we're going to open up our sports photo automation, go to batch processing. Okay, I've cleared the settings, so we're going to start over. You got the player images folder is going to be where all of your extractions are. Your save folder is going to be where you want everything saved. And your template is what template you want to run for this batch. Now we need to load our CSV because all of our automations beyond what we showed in the first demo are going to be CSV driven. And the more you put into your CSV, the more you can do in the automation process. And all we're doing, we're just building along until we can do everything from start to finish in one batch. And we're going to pause on the finished image. So let's go ahead and start the batch, which we need to close. You can't have anything open when you start a batch, so that's why I closed it out. Let's hit run batch and see what we come up with. So loaded the template. Now it's pulling my player in. It's going to resize, placer, and then it's going to run that 4 or 5 purple action that we were calling before. This looks exactly how I want it, so I'm going to hit continue. I want to check one more, and then after that I want it to run by itself because I'm not going to sit here and babysit it, especially if I'm running 5,000 or 6,000 images all at once. And once again, that's the beauty of sports photo automation, is the automation piece. If you can get your CSV set up and all your actions and all of your images, your extractions, then your CSV is going to drive everything. So yes, it can take a little bit of work in the beginning, but the time saved on the back end, because you don't have to hand create 6,000 images, it's worth every penny. Every penny. Okay. So we're finished running now. We're going to go look at our export, and now we can see we have more visually appealing images. It looks like as a photographer, we're taking more pride in our work and we're trying to deliver a more refined product to our customer. But I didn't have to really do any work for it, so it's worth it. Next, we're going to look at doing memory mates. So we're going to build on to everything we've learned so far. And now we're going to start applying what we know to the memory mate process while also bringing in the team image. So stay tuned.